Namaste. These days are dark days. The world is going through a lot of upheavals, a lot of struggle, a lot of confrontation. And we see in India that India is going to end this year, 2019, and enter 2020 on a somber note. I'm thinking, of course, about the economy, the 5% growth, which is far, far below what was expected. Now, there are many reasons that economists are putting forward. I think Mr. Modi did the right thing. The demonetization was the correct thing. More transparency is indispensable in India because there is so much cheating going on. And I think the problem is cheating. Still, people are cheating. They don't know what to pay taxes. They do not want to whiten their money. They're keeping a lot of black money. So unless this black money comes forward, unless people start spending again, because people in India spend a lot in cash, much more than in Western countries. And they have slowed down, one because of the demonetization, and two because of the greater scrutiny now. It's more difficult to spend huge amount of cash. So the economy is not doing well. Also, I am very saddened about these riots that have happened. Now, if you look at the Citizen Amendment Bill, there is nothing wrong with it. It is not targeting Indian Muslims. Every Indian Muslim has the right to an Indian passport, has the right to vote, has the same rights that a Sikh or a Hindu or a Jain or a Parsi. So there was no reason for rioting on the part of the Indian Muslims. This law was targeted, and it is not openly said. Unfortunately, the BJP is not capable of saying things clear and aloud. It was targeting the more than 10 million illegal Bangladeshi Muslims who are there in India without papers. And they're a weight. Nobody is going to accept 10 illegal people in their country. Nobody is going to accept that. And India, at the moment, is not doing so well. The economy is not doing so well. India is overpopulated. There are too many people in India. So why should the Indian government accept 10 million illegal Bangladeshi? There's nothing wrong. And then again, the government is going to backtrack on the National Population Register. Every nation in the world registers its people. In fact, there are countries like China and the USA which are much, much more strict than India. India is a very liberal country in terms of register. You can travel in India anywhere, even if you're not an Indian. Police doesn't ask for your passport, doesn't ask for your papers. Try this in France. If you're brown skin, or in US, when you enter the US, look at the scrutiny in the US. So there was nothing wrong either with the CAB or with the National Population Register, yet the BJP has lost the battle, the media battle has been lost. The BJP has not been able to come across with the non-antagonistic towards Indian citizens angle of these laws. There is a lack of media, savviness in the BJP. They do not know how to handle the media, and yet many of us, who are friendly to the BJP, friendly to Narendra Modi, have told Mr. Modi directly. I have told him directly myself that he needs, an advisory board. He needs people who are friendly, non-political, to tell him, what is the feel of the people. What we could have told him long ago that you need to come across more clearly about CAB. Your government needs to be more clear that CAB is not targeting Indian Muslims. By the time they did, it was too late. And Mr. Modi can rant in his speech and shout in his speech, makes no difference. What we need now is a little more toughness on the part of the Indian government, for the good of India. Again, no nation will accept that its citizens are not registered. In France, my country, I'm registered everywhere. Even if I live in India, and if I speed with my automobile and it is rented, I'll get caught because I'm registered here, there. I'll get caught. So why not in India? India is far, far, far behind in terms of registration of its citizens compared to European nation or the US. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And yet the BJP was not able to explain it clearly. It's always on the back foot, always reacting afterwards when the riots happen. And I'm very sorry, these riots were terrible. To see Indian Muslims who have so much freedom here that Hindus don't have in Saudi Arabia or in Pakistan, that even Muslims don't have in Saudi Arabia. Riot like that and burn buses and target Hindus and vandalize temples. I am shocked. I am shocked that they can't come to their sense and say, look, I am an Indian citizen, I benefit from this great country that is India, whatever its faults. Why should I riot against India? Very few voices were raised. And again, it's only the social media that people raise their voices against these riots. We don't see it in the mainstream media. The BJP lost the battle in the minds of people. This is very important. These are just laws. There's nothing wrong with these laws, but they were badly explained to the people, and this led to not only to the rioting, but now on the government backtracking on these laws which are necessary for India. So I'm very sorry that this year is ending on a somber note. I myself am going to take a little bit break from this world, from the ugliness of this world, from the strife of this world, and go in the Himalayas and meditate on myself and the world. Namaste.